Well, there's an awful lot of things we've got to get accomplished. Number one, we've got to teach fundamentals. You know, we've got to make sure they're safe when they block and when they tackle. And then we've got to continue to find out who's ready to play. There's a whole new group of leaders out there. We're going to find out what they're all about. And it's just a new team. It's just a brand new team. We're going to try to find out what kind of personality we have.
Georgia football. History, tradition, legacy, vision, future. History. It all began in 1892 in Piedmont Park in Atlanta when Georgia and Auburn met for the first time in what is today still the South's oldest continuous rivalry. Through Pop Warner's undefeated team of 1896, through the winning days of W.A. Cunningham, through the 1927 Dream and Wonder team that was named national champions in 2 polls. There were many wins in the 1930s, including victories over the powerhouse Yale Bulldogs. Then a new era of Georgia football was ushered in with the hiring of Wally Butts. That led to the first golden era of Georgia football in the 1940s. In 1941, the Bulldogs were invited to their first ever postseason contest and rolled past TCU 40-26 in the Orange Bowl behind a record-setting performance from All-American Frank Sinkwich. 9 months earlier, the Bulldog Nation got their first glimpse of what was to come with the first ever G-Day game on March the 8th, the Spring Festival of Georgia football, featuring split squads, famous alumni coaches, and a co-ed dance. Here in 2007, there's a long list of rules and regulations governing spring practice, including just 3 full scrimmages and only 12 permissible contact sessions. Surely Coach Butts is spinning in his red and black grave. In the Hall of Famer Butts days, practices were broken down into winter, spring, summer, and in-season sessions. There was no question of the priority, no matter the sport in season. According to All-SEC football and baseball star and legendary high school football coach Billy Henderson, football was king, and if you played something else, you went after football practice. The schedule was demanding. So much so that the first priority for Butts heading into the promising football season of 1942 was re-recruiting Sinkwich. After telling the team to enjoy the Orange Bowl victory, Butts said that he would then see them in 2 weeks for winter practice. A tired and worn-down Sinkwich quit, but he was re-recruited for his senior season and rejoined the team. Sinkwich went on to shatter the record book, win the Heisman Trophy, and team with fellow All-American Charlie Trippi to lead the Dogs to their first ever SEC title, an 11-1 record, the Rose Bowl, and the Consensus National Championship. In the 1950s, over a decade of G-Days had passed, and the popularity grew so that it became a major event. A record 18,000 onlookers enjoyed the 12th G-Day of 1954, highlighted by the United States Marine Corps Marching Band, a dance, halftime entertainment from a young Andy Griffith, and one of the biggest parades in Athens history. Tradition. Amongst the greatest of Georgia traditions is the world's most famous mascot, the legendary Uga, who has led generations of Bulldog gridiron squads onto the playing field. The 1980s brought unparalleled glory to Georgia with the 1980 National Championship, 3 consecutive SEC titles, Herschel Walker's Heisman Trophy, and 4 straight top 5 national finishes. G-Day reestablished itself as a showcase event with celebrity coaches, major entertainers, and even alumni games that offered Bulldogs of old the chance to strap it on against the teams of the day. In 1996, due to Sanford Stadium's preparations for the upcoming Summer Olympics, the G-Day game was actually played at Billy Henderson Stadium on Clark Central High School's campus. Legacy. The Georgia Football Letterman's Club was initiated in 1984 and features a 6,000-square-foot home at the east end of Sanford Stadium. The Letterman's Club is a treasure chest with over 1,200 living football lettermen, offering immeasurable networking opportunities and continuing the legacy of Georgia football by tying together generations of players with events throughout the year, including golf tournaments, barbecues, and game day tailgates. Events like the Hartman Dukes Classic and Dooley Open carry the same prestige for Georgia's letterman as the green jacket does for today's golfing stars. Vision. The Georgia Letterman's Education Foundation was born in 1997 and has given out over 150 scholarships and will issue an additional 13 this year. The mission: to provide scholarships for the children and grandchildren of football lettermen to attend Georgia. The Jimmy Payne Hardship Fund is an additional function of the foundation, providing money and support for quick relief of lettermen in need. The late Jimmy Payne was an All-American at Georgia who was diagnosed with leukemia. The foundation raised funds for Payne's treatment and has since given support to over a dozen lettermen in need. Future.
It's a great time of the year to, again, teach the fundamentals of football and find out who deserves to play and all those kind of things. And I don't know I can't imagine not having spring ball. I don't know if it'd be good I don't know if it'd be healthy for those guys, and I think it'd be very difficult to get a team ready without it. But I think coaches probably like it more than anybody.